Equality in workplace versus in the dating market. Um, so this is just something that I've been thinking about, and it's kind of a free thought I'm just going to put out there. So the modern day is pushing women to be masculine and pushing them in a workforce, and of course, it's been doing it for like the last 4 or 5 decades. Um, Granted, this isn't really going to do anything in terms of actually elevating and bringing back society to where we need to be. Um, but it is something that is happening. I think that my thoughts on this were one of the critiques of the traditional society is that well, women weren't able to be in the workforce, and as a result, they weren't really citizens. They were like secondary, uh, not really able to be taken serious, things like that. Um, so we had to fix this in order to make women feel like they can be on par with men, equal to men, etc., etc. So my thoughts, my thinking is this, because I understand. Now, before I say this, I have to kind of give a disclaimer and say I am not saying that men are entitled to. I'm not saying that men are entitled to fun times with women. That's not what I'm saying. But imagine if men started a movement, and this movement was basically arguing that men don't have the same innate value that women do, and that men should also have innate value so that they can have more fun times, right? And say like, hey, we should have more innate value too, right? This is something that we should have, and it's until we have this, we won't be seen as human, and this is wrong, and we need equality, right? Um, of course, those men would be laughed at. It would be seen as a joke. Um, um, what I'm pointing out is that the differences we're seeing in the workplace and the dating market, there's a result of nature. Now we're trying to force nature to not be, but nature doesn't really care what we want, right? A man is never going to have inherent value. Now the value that a man does have to a woman is his masculinity, and that he doesn't have to buy, right? But that seems to be an attack, and it's being attacked nowadays. So a lot of men are trying to rediscover what that is, while a lot of women are trying to flee from their own femininity as fast as possible. A man trying to now, if you did have a group of men trying to make it so that they could have the same value as a woman, so that they could be seen as an option to the average woman, this wouldn't work, right? But the same thing is happening in reverse. Now, just as much as we would laugh at a group of men who would try to do this, because we'd be like, no, man, you have to go prove yourself. You have to go to the gym. You have to do this. You have to do that. This burden of performance that men naturally have, you have to do that, right? We don't really seem to be doing this with women. Like, we don't seem to be laughing them out of the room. We're actually taking them serious. And that's essentially why the world is going the direction it is. It's because we're not really we're really adhering to nature. We're trying to facilitate this thing as far as it can go without even really thinking. Um, this is just a thought. Equality in workplace versus in dating market.